Meet Evelina Upshaw, a hero. No, she didn't save someone from a burning building or catch a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. Actually, she didn't do any of the things people think heroes do. But make no mistake, Evelina Upshaw is a hero. And she did save lives, right in the community where she lives.
Well, I just grew up in the country, and of course, you know, when you get older, you think in terms of boys, and your parents try to tell you, no, that boy's not for you, and blah, 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 but who's listening? I know what's good for me and whatnot, so therefore, I got married very young. I think I got married when I was 19, and then I came down here to Halifax, and that was it, and then I got involved with the church, you know, because I used to go to church in the country. We had a little country church. I used to always go there.
The simple, everyday things that Evelina did changed the lives of thousands of people, one young person at a time. She simply made sure day in and day out that they had something to eat so they could pay attention, learn in school, and make something of themselves.
And when I went through the hot lunch program, I realized a lot of the children, they were saying, the children are coming to school without breakfast. And they were saying, well, we would provide a hot lunch program for them. So I said, well, I would like to volunteer to help that, you know, and I think I sat on one of the committees when they were trying to organize and find funding for it and whatnot. And I told the story that there was many mornings I went to work and I was in tears because I knew that my children wouldn't eat their lunch, you know, and especially in the wintertime and things like that. So I said, well, if I can do something to help those fat mothers that they can go off to work feeling free, that their children are going to get a hot noon meal, then that was what I wanted to do. So that's what I did for 33 years. I loved every minute of it.
Evelina spent her youth outside Halifax, growing up in the simpler times of 1930s Nova Scotia.
If you wanted the fruit, you had to go climb the trees and pick up the fruit. And if you wanted strawberries, you had to go in the field and pick strawberries and things like that. Everything, nothing was, my mother and my family didn't shop from stores because everything they made from scratch. They started, you know, everything was home cooked. I didn't know anything about buying bread until I came to the city.
But when she moved to Halifax, life wasn't easy for Evelina, not in any way. Still, Evelina persevered through the hard times to become a hero to her family, extended family, and the whole community.
Well, my life hasn't been an easy life, and I'm not feeling sorry for myself. But it was hard. It was hard. Like I said, we came to Halifax. We moved into dilapidated houses, and that's all you could get. It's dilapidated houses. They charge you rent, but they weren't up to par, you know. And so the best thing that ever happened to me is when I had the triplets, and we moved here in a 4-bedroom place. Yeah, my husband. Well, we separated. My husband couldn't take the stress. After I had the triplets, he couldn't take it, so he took off.
A lot of time with her children, a lot of time with her church. I don't know how she did it, but she managed to include everybody in her life, and she kept it on an even keel. I couldn't imagine raising 3 other siblings and plus a set of triplets all by myself. I don't know how she made her love go around, but she did. Each one of us, she loved each one of us in a special way.
If you ask her, Evelina might tell you she's no hero. But there are many, many who would disagree. There are thousands of children, many of whom are now adults. Not only learn life lessons from Evelina, but learn better in school simply because she made sure they didn't go to school hungry.
But the children were a handful, I'm telling you. I did have a big bell. They'd come in, they had to come in and wash their hands. That was something new. They didn't want no part of that. And they didn't know anything about thanking God for their food. They didn't want any part of that. So those are things that, as we progressed along, they had to do it. Meet some of the kids now. They say, Ms. Upshaw, are you still at the hot lunch program? No. You remember me? I sat on that chair right over there. Of course, some of them, I say to them, are you bad? that's why I don't remember you. And they say, oh, so, and I know it. They gave me trouble.
You won't meet someone like Evelina Upshaw every day. That's because she's one of a kind, Mulgrave Park's own hero.